We supported around 53 startups across all the 8 states. So this scheme is going to be a game changer. In all our small funding, 80% is the women borrowers. Especially Northeast venture capital and startup system, it is going to do wonders.
Hello and welcome to Karma Conversations. And today, joining me, our special guest, PVSLN Murty, Chairman and Managing Director of NEDFi. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. You have over 40 years of experience in the financial services sector. You've worked extensively with SBI. I think that's where you... Now that you've joined NEDFi, what are the kinds of challenges and how different is it vis-a-vis working in SBI and then heading NEDFi?
It's definitely there is different challenges both. SBI is a leading bank which accepts deposits, does all kinds of financial transactions, everything. But NEDFi is completely dedicated to Northeastern region, most focused on developmental finance and only a finance institution, not a deposit-taking institution. But both are very good challenges. Incidentally, I was here in Northeast for 3 years, that too during demonstration time. So we had to travel extensively in Northeast. I understood the topography of the area and also the requirements of the area very well. So that is why I prefer to come back again after my State Bank stint to serve the people of Northeast and to plug the gaps where it is there. And NEDFi incidentally is doing a fabulous job right from 96 onwards. And it is definitely started in a right time. During that period, there were a lot of industries has to come up, but there was no any proper banking except UBI or UCO Bank and State Bank. There were no any banking industry. There also the risk taking was not there. So then the NEDFi was started.
Would you say, since you spent 3 years during the most difficult time, traveled extensively, that you fell in love with the Northeast? Hence your choice to come back?
Absolutely, absolutely. Whoever comes here, even my predecessors in State Bank and so on, whoever worked here, they fall in love with Northeast. People are very good people, nice people, innocent people. And at the same time, there is a large requirement of finances. Even today, there is a huge gap between haves and have-nots in Northeastern region.
Okay. Let's talk about one issue that is very close to the government of India, or to the Prime Minister, that's the startup. Now, you are wearing a scarf from Manipur, and you are also, it is one of your favorite subjects, startups. You've done something in Manipur recently, or are going to do something interesting in Manipur with the startup ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a good question. Actually, this is the need of the hour. As you rightly said, by the time I took over as CMD of this company, there is already one fund available with us, 100 crores, which is 75 crores is from NEDFi. Of course, 45 crores loan from Government of India. And there is another 25 crores contribution from SIDBI, 100 crores. And we supported around 53 startups across all the 8 states. But recently, after I took over, I approached the chief ministers of respective states. Assam Chief Minister Honorable Hemanta Biswa Sharma ji immediately accepted my request and accepted for establishing a startup fund with 250 crores, where I will be sharing the 25 crores. Government is giving 200 crores and SIDBI also may join. Similarly, I approached other governments, but Manipur government came very fast and they immediately accepted my... So there is a dedicated venture capital fund of 30 crores, where 15 crores is from my side, 15 crores from government side. We are going to invest in that startups, because in the startup ecosystem, both Assam and Manipur are very active actually. During our investment cycle also, maximum beneficiaries are from Manipur and Assam.
What are the areas that you're seeing light in?
See, Manipur there are many areas where, especially food processing area, good number of startups are coming up. Second way is a technology-based entertainment area, like gaming or like OTT platform or all these areas, they are coming up. And Assam, varieties of startups are coming, technology-based, but more in education, healthcare and agriculture. These are the three things where things are coming up very well. All three are very crucial for Northeast. Education, healthcare and food processing.
So this certainly will give a fillip to the startup ecosystem. So
Absolutely.
right now the focus is on Manipur and Assam, and that's where the governments are more active. What are you doing to engage with the governments of other states?
See, other states also we are persuading them to come up. Because of the small size, they may not be able to establish a dedicated fund, but even Tripura is also seriously considering. They have established a fund along with the SIDBI. Other states, one is my fund is there, I can invest. And very interesting thing for you is NRL has come up with a 30 crores fund, which incidentally I also joined with them. NEDFi, one beautiful thing which I am doing it after I took over is, I am, wherever opportunity comes, I am investing in startup, because that generates employment, that uses the local resources, that will help the local entrepreneurs. It's a great support. So NRL fund is also 30 plus my 5 crores, 35 crores. That is an angel fund, so that those who are in the starting stage of establishment, they will get benefited. So all other states other than these dedicated startup funds can utilize from that fund.
Okay, but certainly, you know, there are challenges and there will be challenges, and you slowly need to overcome those, you know, when it comes to startups. If you are to reach out to many of the young startup, you know, founders who are watching your interview right now, what would you tell them?
See, there are two things. One is that there is our site dedicated chapter is dedicated to the startup ecosystem. There is Advancing Northeast, there is a site which we have developed in collaboration with the NEC, but that is a very informative, and anybody wants to start any MSME unit, they can get guidance from them. If they want to start their career as the sports, there is a lot of information available. People wants to study further, there is a lot of information available. So if you want to reach out to us for investment or for other opportunities, see the NEDFi site and also the Advancing Northeast site.
Right. So if you look at the NEDFi website, it's very, very comprehensive. You can get all the information from there. Let's get back to the you know, the financial services sector here in the Northeast. It was very, very at a very nascent stage when NEDFi was started about you know, 27 years ago. You stated in your opening comments that yes, you know, gaps were filled. We've tried the best. NEDFi has tried its best, but do you think that there is still a huge gap? And how do we fill those gaps when it comes to financial services?
Yeah, excellent question. See, first during those period, establishment of cement, steel factories and other infrastructure development factories were needed at that time. So NEDFi has taken all these risk bearing along with the other banks which were available at that time. And now we have traveled a long way, but as you rightly said, there is a huge requirement in the far-flung and difficult areas. Even today, a common man in the districts like Mon district, Changlang district or Lunglei district or any other districts, the formal credit is not reaching there. How to reach there? Yes, we have given some industries more in Assam and Manipur to say more, but other areas also. But other states are not so developed in the industrial development because of their geographical location area. But we have traveled a long way in financing all this. But still, this formal credit is not reached to many of the areas. So there is a huge gap between high value industries, MSMEs, etc. So there is a huge need to reach out to the far-flung areas with MSME, promoting as MSME, hand-holding the MSME, bring affordable credit. Again, if you see, you know, I'm jumping into that subject. MFIs are the backbone of the Indian economy, but they are squeezing the blood of the borrowers. So how to reduce the cost and encourage the MFI? This is a challenge to state government, central government, and also us. So as a development finance institution, I brought a very interesting scheme. One thing is, I found out that MFIs are also not going to far-flung areas because of the cost. It is linked to cost. If you have to reach out to some district like Machuka or Anini or any other far-flung district, there are a huge number of women are requiring the finance at a cheaper rate. So, how to reach out to them? So, then what I did is, I invested in MFIs, number one. Number two, I recently brought a scheme which, if they reach out to the far-flung areas, because it's a very costly affair, because MFIs have to spend a lot of money in reaching out to the far-flung area. So, I brought a very cheap 7% interest loan to MFIs if he finances in the far-flung and remote districts. So, I am ensuring that the credit goes to remote districts by giving them at 7%. So, this is one great initiative done by, which was appreciated by Honorable Chief Minister of Assam. He readily agreed that I will also contribute 100 crores, which can be lent to the difficult areas. This is one scheme. Second scheme, as you know, the MFIs are there in Assam and other areas, and there was a problem of high interest rate dwelling, and government came forward with a loan waiver scheme, etc. So there was some ecosystem is getting changed these things. Then what I did, I brought one interesting scheme. This is also very, very interesting scheme. For this, I think government has to support. One is that if the MFI gives 50,000 rupees to one borrower, but one borrower, after a year of his availing loan, he may require more loan because he is pursuing the artisans, they want more to produce more goods. Then what is the additional requirement of 1 lakh, 2 lakhs? NEDFi will directly give at lesser interest rate through MFI. So MFI will act as my banking correspondent. I will give them a commission for handling these accounts. So because of that, the common man is getting 2 lakhs also at a very cheap rate, which is successful. Our recovery is 100%, and now we have reached to 25 crores. That means around 2,000, more than 2,000 borrowers have benefited with this scheme. So this scheme is going to be a game changer. But here, through your vibrant and popular TV, I want to appeal to the governments also that if they can provide us money at a reasonable cost, I will pass it on to the needy at a reasonable cost.
Your plan, your scheme about reaching the far-flung areas, are they seeing any green shoots right now, or is it too early?
Definitely, now they started, because we are monitoring them. If I give them 10 crores, I will see these are the districts you have to finance. So unless they finance in those districts, I will not release the money. So it is giving good results.
Right. And as far as microfinance loans are concerned, we have seen in certain states as well that it does get political at times, as you already said. So how do you balance this equation and see that the bad loans doesn't turn into a dole again, a burden taken by the governments later?
No, so see, the important thing in making the portfolio as a quality and standard assets, continuous monitoring and easy recovery, which MFI will be able to do it. Only thing is that MFI is able to recover small monies at easy installments. That is the secret of the MFI success. Only thing this government should ensure that they don't squeeze the borrower with higher interest rate. If that is happening, suppose there is certain companies in this Northeast also, there are MFIs which are charging 24% to 30%, then the borrower will never come out of his problems. And especially our women borrowers, they can't have that. So government's intervention is that see that the interest rates in this market doesn't go up, which I am doing it. If government joins with me or if other banks joins with me, I have a very foolproof and safe scheme with me, which I am implementing it.
And can NEDFi do anything about some of the microfinance companies charging so much of interest? Can you raise awareness at your level? What?
That's what we are doing through this scheme. Once this scheme gets popularized, and if I am able to lend 100 to 200 crores, now that I reached around 25 crores, because the ticket size is very small, no, 2 lakhs. So 1 lakh, 2 lakh loans, it is a number of loans more. So monitoring will be a cost. So if I reach really 200 crores, then there is going to be a sea change in this market.
And with internet, the mobile reaching far-flung corners, do you think in future that technology could cut these costs?
I will tell you, to the surprise to you and to the viewers, today my recovery in any area, remote area, there is no cash handling. Everything does through mobile. This technology is already penetrated into northeastern states. Definitely, we have to just, wherever it is not happening, you have to just educate them. People are very intelligent. And now my entire recoveries come through non-cash mode.
Right.
So technology is going to be a big play. And because of the technology, I am also trying to embrace the technology for certain areas. It will be cost effective also. Because of the technology, your cost will come down.
Right. And overall now, jumping out of the microfinance subject, what has your experience as far as NEDFi is concerned been with NPAs here in the Northeast?
See, before going to NPS, I want to tell one important thing is NEDFi is doing a great job in promoting the MSMEs. Our 90% finance goes to MSMEs. Today, all other banking companies are increasing their interest rates because of the RBI's repo rate has gone up. So now, but state NEDFi, he has not changed their rate. So we are still lending at an affordable rate. So my appeal to all the MSMEs is that use this opportunity. We are able to lend it at an affordable rate. As far as NPS are concerned, yes, we suffered during 2015, 14, 16 areas, that area. Then we have taken a special drive to recover intensively. Then we adopted a technology to follow up the loans. Now our NPA is in very control level. We have a gross NPA at around 5% and net NPA is at around 1.5%. We have a provision coverage ratio of more than 72%.
And this at a time when other non-banking financial institutions are feeling the pressures of NPAs. You'd say that NEDFi is doing better than them right now. And what is the reason for that?
See, the reason is 2, 3 things. One is that the hand holding of the MSMEs and the kind of nurturing and monitoring has been improved a lot. We have got branches. So our branches do only lending and follow-up. So we have 21 branches. So all these branches are very near to the MSMEs. So our follow-up is very focused and we identify the problem well in advance and we'll try to give the solution. That is why now the NPA incidence is very, very minimal in NEDFi.
And would you also say it kind of reflects the culture of the Northeast, that the people want to pay back?
Definitely. The culture is very good. Actually, if you just properly follow it up, repayment culture is excellent. And I should appreciate Mizoram. Out of all states, Mizoram is the top state in recovery. Mizoram does very good recoveries, and all other states also. We have no problem in those areas. Its recovery is, only thing is you need to follow it up. You need to remind them. That is the crux of the issue.
And do you think despite this, some of the banks are hesitant in giving out loans in the Northeast?
Yeah.
So that culture has to change?
That is the unfortunate thing. See, it is the question of banking industry has to think alternative to reach out to the small loans. But they don't have the wherewithal to reach out to the to give the small loans, because their operation is altogether different. So they should think about alternatives. Some of the banks, especially private sector banks, are doing what NEDFi is doing. Similar way, public sector banks also should do. It is going to be a game changer. And it is going to be a profitable business. They should enter into this business in large scale.
Right. And NEDFi, if you read up, has many success stories. Which, according to you, is the one that is very close to your heart among the success stories at NEDFi?
Main is that small finance MFI area NEDFi did a wonderful job. First thing is they encouraged the establishment of MFIs. They invested in their capital. We invested in capital of the MFIs. We own them. And we deputed our officers as a board of directors there. And we handhold them. And whenever they need finance, I will pump them. This is the one great job NEDFi has done it. First one. Second one, MSME across all the states, small and medium enterprises has been nurtured. And more important is, since NEDFi is the nodal agency for central government subsidies, since we know which subsidies will come, and I will be able to pass it on to my borrower. So great help to the MSME in getting the subsidies. That is the advantage of NEDFi.
Let's talk about the women in the Northeast, the powerful lot, I would say. There's a lot of expectations from them, In fact, in some of the states, they are leading entrepreneurs. How much has NEDFi lent to them?
In all our small funding, 80% is the women borrowers. And especially from the Meghalaya and Manipur, many of the medium-sized MFS also run by the women. So, major chunk is going to women. Since you brought that subject, we also indirectly help the women in training them in our training centers, research centers, and we will make them to do some kind of articles, and we will give them a marketing linkage. And if they want loan, we will also give the loan. So we are lending through MFIs to women. We are lending directly to women at small. Atmanirbhar scheme, which we introduced, up to 1 lakh, we give them at 6%. And if they regularly repay, we give them 2% rebate. So at a 4% interest, they are getting the loan. This is an excellent scheme which we have introduced, which we are now nurturing that scheme.
Where do you see the next big spurt in entrepreneurship coming from among the Northeastern states?
Especially Northeast, venture capital and startup system, it is going to do wonders. You already know about some of the startups like Geronde and Symbiotic, pig rearing, and then that Chashma Medical. So many successful automobile, many successful entrepreneurs are doing it after our investment. And this particular scheme of startups is going to be a game changer, and it is going to be a huge employment provider in the Northeast.
Right. On that note, it's time to close this part of Karma Conversations. Mr. Murty, thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
joining
I
us.
wish all of you a wonderful time ahead.
And we wish all the best to NEDFi and hope it brings prosperity, much more prosperity to the Northeast. Thank you, sir.